Hello everyone, welcome to BCC Broadcast. My name is Bilal Ahmed Kalim and I am one of the lecturer in BlueCrest College. In today's session, we are going to learn about server and clients. So, I am pretty sure you might have heard about this word server. So, what is this server is all about? When we talk about computers, we have two different type of machines. One is your server machines and the other one is your client machines. Let's start with the clients. If we talk about client machines, they are those ordinary computers which we use in day-to-day life, which uses operating system such as Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1 or Windows 10. So the latest operating system which we have from Microsoft for client operating systems or client computers is Windows 10. If we talk about server machines, they are more powerful machine as compared to our client machines. Instead of having a basic features such as your i3, i5 or i7 processors, your server machines comes with completely different processors and different operating systems. They don't use your traditional Windows operating system such as your Windows 7, 8 or 10. Server machines have their own operating system such as your Windows Server 2012, R2, 2016, R2, etc. and so on. Even there are some server machines which uses Linux operating system. So what is the servers? Servers are nothing but a powerful computers which is basically used to provide services for client machines. Now take an example of websites. So www.google.com or www.facebook.com. This website is basically hosted in a server machine which is called as website server or in simple form web server. So from the web server the site gets broadcasted over the internet. Now there are many people who use the client operating system such as their mobile phones or Windows 10 or Windows 7 operating system to access this website from the web server. Another example of your server machine includes file server. Now think of an example of Google Drive. So if you talk about Google Drive, this is not a website server, more like a file server. So what is a Google Drive? Google Drive is a place where you can go and upload your files, your personal information such as your images, videos, all those stuffs you can upload it in Google Drive. Later on, whenever you need it, you can download it over the internet. So this acts basically as a file server. So this is the difference between a web server and a file server. Apart from that, there are many other things which a server application can do, including remote configuration and remote installations. So let's dive into the operating system of Windows 2012 server machine so we can see how exactly the server operating system looks like and how to use it to configure the server operations. So this what we see here is Windows Server 2012 operating system. So this is the operating system which is basically used by most of the companies for configuring their server machines. As we know, server machines are more powerful machines than our client, and they don't use the traditional operating system which we use such as Windows 7, 8, Windows 10 or any other operating system such as Linux. So here we are using Windows Server 2012. Using this Windows Server 2012, we are going to do the server configurations. So if you look at this application here, we have the server manager. So this is the place where we add the roles and the features or any kind of configurations we want to make to our server. So at BlueCrest College, we are using this server for different purposes, not just for one purpose, for multiple purposes. Now, starting with the first one. So here we have AD. AD stands for Active Directory. So we are using this server as an Active Directory server to manage the profile of our employees as well as the lecturers and students. So what is Active Directory? Active Directory, to put it in a simple word, think of what is a directory. So very good example of a directory is your phone directory in your phone. So if you take your phone and you open your phone directory, which is nothing but your contacts, you can basically see all your friends' information such as their names, their contact number, their email ID and other informations about your friends. The same way, Active Directory is a directory created in a company to keep a record of all the different computers, the usernames, the passwords, and groups. So using Active Directory, we can create different groups like manager groups, faculties group, students group, marketing team group, HR management group, and so on. So after creating the groups, we can give privileges to each groups based upon their requirements. Like for example, manager computers can access Facebook and YouTube, wherein for students access, we have very limited access, such as they can download only 300 MB per day. If you talk about the faculty machines, they have access to the YouTube but not to the Facebook. So like this, all the configurations we have to do can be done in Active Directory. And the second server services which we have enabled here includes your file and storage services. Using the file and storage services, what we basically do is we create something like a Google Drive. I hope most of you have heard about Google Drive, and some of you would have been even used Google Drive. So what is Google Drive basically? Google Drive is an online storage platform. So the same way we have created something like a Google Drive internally for our office employees, so that anytime they want, they can save their files here, and in future if they want to take their files from that, they can use this file storage system. This is moreover works like a Google Drive within the office. Now this concept is called private cloud, wherein the concept of Google Drive, OneDrive or SkyDrive are called as public cloud. We will however do another session on the cloud computing, but for now this is just a start. And here you see one of the most important server settings, which is also called as IIS, Internet Information System. Now IIS is nothing but your web server. Say for example, you have created your website, you have designed your website using HTML, CSS, PHP or any other platform. Now you have to install this website files in a website server from where it can get broadcasted to the internet. So this is the application which takes care of that part. So you actually add all your informations such as your website index pages, HTML documents, all those codings inside this IIS, and from here you configure them to broadcast to the public internet. So we are using this server basically for three purposes here. One is your Active Directory and your file storage, which is more like your Google Drive, and also to broadcast our website. Now if you want to add more roles, then we can also add more roles to this network. So here we go to manage and we have the add roles and features. So when I click on add roles and features, you see what are the other roles we can add to this servers. So apart from Active Directory, we see the application server. This is the same server which is used to run your PUBG online games, or maybe even a Facebook web applications or WhatsApp web applications, and DHCP server, DNS server, Hyper-V, and there are many different type of servers which we use to configure the server machines. Now there is one more interesting stuff here is your remote access and remote desktop services. Now say for example you want to control all the machines inside your network. Giving an example, in BlueCrest College we have 300 machines. For all the 300 machines, we want to install some particular software. Now think of a scenario, you have a pen drive to install this software in all the 300 machines. How long will it take for you to install in all the 300 machines? It would probably take a week or more. But using this server, I can send a command to all the connected 300 computers to install that particular software online. So all these computers gets the software package delivered to their operating system, and then they start to do the installation all by themselves, which means instead of using 10 different network engineers to do my job, I can have one server engineer who can complete all these tasks more effectively and super fast. So that is the use of using your server machine in an environment such as a companies where they have more than 50 plus computers. So now you have seen how a server operating system looks like. So let me also show you how a server machine looks completely different from your client machines. So as you can see, This is how a server operating system looks like. The one which we have next to it is a client machine, but this server machine is comparatively bigger in size and it is more powerful when we talk about the processor, and we have a huge RAM capacity as well as the hard disk capacity. So here we can see some of the settings over the screen, which basically shows you how the server is configured at BlueCrest College. So apart from that, we have the devices that basically connect the server with other computers, and these devices are called as switches. So using the switch, we connect our server with all other computers within BlueCrest College. So if you want to have a tour about how the server computer works, or how it is connected, or how they basically look like, please feel free to visit us at 77 Wilkinson Road. We would be more than happy to give you a tour at BlueCrest College about our infrastructure and our state-of-art capabilities. Apart from this, in BlueCrest College, we also provide hands-on training on server infrastructure management, not just in Server 2012 operating system, but also in the latest Server 2016 R2 operating system. So all our trainings are basically hands-on, which includes 80% of practical training. The student get to learn the server operating system as well as the networking components with real-time hands-on practical. So that is it for today. We hope you have enjoyed today's session, and if you want to learn more, please feel free to reach us at 77 Wilkinson Road. Also, please feel free to drop a WhatsApp message for with your more queries at 031 123 123. Thank you very much for joining us at BCC Broadcast today, and we are hoping to see you next week with another new training program. And stay tuned as we will come up with more in detail server management programs. So this is bye for today. This is Bilal Ahmed signing off. Have a nice weekend.